Hey guys, I'm going to help you out with lesson 33's homework, the last one for this week. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you we're going to cross out all of number 1. I didn't have my kids do this one because I felt like it was a little more confusing than it needed to be. So we're going to skip on down to number 2. Okay, in number 2, we're subtracting just like we did yesterday, except the number we're subtracting this time is also a mixed number. I'm going to cross out B, by the way. And so it makes it a little bit different. The only different thing is I'm going to subtract the whole numbers first, so 5 minus 3, which will give me 2. And then I'm going to go through the whole process the same way. I'm going to leave that 5/12 there. I'm going to subtract the 8/12 that was with the 3, and I'm going to do exactly what we did yesterday. So I'm going to say 8/12, and I'm going to break it down into 5/12 and 3/12 to make it easier to subtract. So I'm going to say 2 and 5/12 minus 5/12 minus that 3/12, which is going to give me 2 minus 3/12. And when you count back, we'll end up having 1 and 9/12 left over. Okay, let's look at another example. So if we go to the back page and we look at 3A, they're doing the same thing except they're just breaking down the first number instead of the second one. You can choose to do that if you like that method better, but I'm going to keep doing the same one we've been doing so you can see more examples of that. So first I'm going to say 4 minus 3, which is going to be a whole, just 1. So we're going to leave our fractions like they are. So I'm going to say 1 and 3/12 minus the 8/12 that was left after we subtracted the 3. And before I do that, I got to break that down. So 8/12 I can break down into 3/12 and 5/12. So I'm going to say 1 and 3/12 minus 3/12 minus 5/12 is going to give me 1, because the 3/12 cancel out. 1 minus 5/12. And when I count back, that's just going to leave me with 7/12, because 7/12 plus 5/12 give me 1 whole. Okay, let's do the same thing here on C. We're going to start off with subtracting 9 minus 6, which will give you 3. We're going to leave the 1/10, and we're going to subtract the 9/10. Got to break that 9/10 down into 1/10 and 8/10. So my new equation is going to be 3 and 1/10 minus 1/10 minus 8/10, which is going to leave you with 3 minus 8/10. And you're going to get a final answer of 2 and 2/10. Alright, let's move on to the last part. I'm going to cross out 2 of these. You don't need to do anything with ninths or hundredths. So let's look at B. 5 and 3/10 minus 3 and 6/10. So I'm going to subtract 5 minus 3 to get 2. Leave my fractions where they are. And I'm break 6/10 down into 3/10 and 3/10 to make it easier to subtract. So I'm going to say 2 and 3/10 minus 3/10 minus another 3/10, which those 2 3/10 will cancel out, and we'll just have 2 minus the last 3/10, which ultimately will leave you with an answer of 1 and 7/10. Alright, and on this last one we have 8 and 7/12 minus 5 and 9/12. So I'm going to say 8 minus 5 is 3. Leave our fractions. Going to break down the 9/12 into 7/12 and 2/12. So I'll have 3 and 7/12 minus 7/12 minus 2/12. Those two 7/12 cancel out, so I'll have 3 minus 2/12, which will give me 2 and 10/12 left over. Alright, if you have questions, please let me know.